Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to our first video in 2018. Hopefully you all arrived safely. So today we're looking at all the computer parts that have arrived in December of 2017 to our YouTube channel. So let's start with the sound card. So I bought this sound card off eBay. It's got the Crystal CX4235 chipset. I already had one of these sound cards, but there's something that sounds a little bit off with this card, so I just wanted to get a second card to make sure that the card isn't faulty and that is actually an issue with the chipset. Okay, next up we've got a couple of processor coolers, so let's have a look at those. So this one is also off eBay. This is a Chinese knockoff, or I don't even know if they're copying anyone. This is a cooler for socket 11.5X and has a backplate. So I'm now starting to look at budget coolers that come with a backplate, because I noticed that a lot of the 775 coolers, they flex or bend the motherboard. So looks very, very basic, not very powerful on the package. Somewhere it mentions around 65 watt TDP. Yep, around here, 65 watt TDP. So not very powerful. Should be enough for a Pentium, but no way this is gonna cool an i7. So we'll see how this goes. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy these kinds of videos. I haven't started yet. I've put together a test system, but I haven't done any work on this yet. The next one, apparently from Cooler Master, but I have my doubts. This one is also a processor cooler with a backplate, but this one is for socket 755, because with the backplate coolers, you don't get universal coolers like with the those coolers that use the clips. So you gotta get a different model. So same deal as the other one that came from eBay China. In terms of rating, well, it says Celeron D up to 3.6 gigahertz, but we'll find out. Looking at the base, it looks just as basic as the other one, so my guess is 60-65 watt TDP at the best case, but we will find out what this CPU cooler can do. And this one is branded. This is a model from Deep Cool, but might actually be discontinued. This is also for socket, let me have a look which socket this is, LGA 775 as well, and rated for a 65 watt TDP. So let's have a look what this cooler looks like. So okay, it's got some thermal paste pre-applied, but otherwise the base looks very similar. So it's possible that this cooler acted as a reference for these other coolers to copy from, and also a 3-pin fan, so no PWM. But yeah, we'll see what this cooler can do for 775. Maybe not so much for Pentium 4, but for the later Pentium 4s that have a lower TDP, this might come in interesting. Or for an entry-level Pentium dual core or something like that to build a Windows XP box, these coolers might actually work out just fine. Okay, next up we've got some thermal stuff to measure temperatures. So this is a thermometer. I already have one with 2 channels. This one is even better, comes with 4 channels. So these are the actual probes. And let's just get the actual device out of the box. So this is what it looks like. So you can connect your 4 sensors here and it will display them on the screen. Okay, battery is included, so I just have to insert that yet. But yeah, another gadget that has arrived and I haven't used yet, but I'm sure down the track this will come in handy. And here we have a surface temperature probe. So I got a comment on eBay that to measure surfaces you need a different type of probe. This is a lot larger than it appeared on the picture. Usually it's the other way around on eBay. You look at something and you get something that's a lot smaller. So yeah, here's some diagrams at the back. So apparently this is more accurate when measuring temperatures of surfaces, which is something I'm interested in. So yeah, once again, another gizmo I haven't used yet, but we will definitely see this in action at some point. And what have we got over here? A couple of YouTubers have done videos on these fake video cards floating around on eBay. Random Gaming in HD did one, and also Oztalks Hardware. And so I had to get one. And not so much to show you guys about fake video cards. I was actually really interested in getting the GTX 550 Ti, which this card really is. So it's branded as a 750 Ti, a GTX 750 Ti, with the BIOS flash, so it appears to be legit, but the actual chip, the actual GPU is a 550 Ti. And this is actually, to me, more interesting because this is a really good retro video card, and especially the GTX 550 Ti is one of those chips that has all the cores unlocked basically, whereas the previous versions, the 460, they had a GPU with parts that were disabled, and I don't like that. I mean, buying a video card and you know there are things in here that are turned off, I don't like that. I really like those video cards that have everything fully unlocked. So this is basically kind of the GeForce 460 that it should have been in the first place, and it has enough performance, I believe, to be a really good card for Windows XP retro gaming. So that's what I want to get out of this card. I'm still doing a back and forth with the seller. We'll see if I get a full refund or if it's going to be a partial refund. But either way, I'm going to get a GTX 550 Ti for a fairly decent price. And the next item we have is a keyboard. So this keyboard got sent to us from Banggood to our YouTube channel. It is the Motospeed Inflictor CK104. It's a mechanical keyboard with blue switches, and it's got RGB lighting as well. I've done a video review, so there'll be a card popping up at the top right of the screen. And yeah, it's a clicky keyboard. And my interest or my angle on this keyboard was, if you use such a keyboard, will that bring back the old school retro memories? When I grew up, we had mechanical keyboards at school with our IBM PS2 machine, and I wanted to know how similar such a keyboard feels, and I was positively surprised. This really makes a difference in terms of typing experience, and especially older games like Text Adventures and older Sierra games with a bit of typing. These really make a difference. And the next item is a modern video card. And this video card is from Yeston. The RX560D got supplied to us by Banggood as well. Now, this is an interesting card. The RX560D, that model number is for the Asian market. It's basically a 460, a rebadged version. Really good cooling system, which switches itself off when it's sitting at idle. So that was really a highlight of this card. There is a video review out on this card already. You just look up the top of the screen for a card. But there will be another video using this card in one of these small form factor HP Elite 8200 machines. Obviously, this video card doesn't fit into that machine, so I'll show you a little hack, a workaround to use that. And in terms of performance, it is behind the GTX 1050, unfortunately. So why would you consider a Radeon card over the GTX 1050? It's really because of FreeSync. You can get quite affordable FreeSync monitors. I don't have one yet. I'm considering getting one. Not so much for modern games, but to do with emulators, because with FreeSync, a lot of the emulators, they don't run exactly at 60 Hertz. Some of them run at 59 or 61 or whatever. It can be not a random, but it can be an off frequency that's not 60 Hertz. And potentially FreeSync could be really good for emulation, so you get really smooth frame rates. But I have to do more research. However, if you have a FreeSync setup and you are into emulators, do let me know if FreeSync actually benefits emulation in getting smooth frame rates. And next up, we've got a test bench from China. So you've seen me using test benches on my channel a lot, and I mostly do this because of time. Using a case, it's just a real hassle, and my computers, they don't stay around. I don't have 20 computers stashed away. After a project is done, I dismantle everything, and all the parts, they get put away in storage containers, and I'm ready for the next project. And the test bench I usually use comes from America, from a company called High Speed PC, but I spotted this one on AliExpress. It's a QDIY. If you look here, there will be a card. We've already done a review on this. And the bottom line is, this one is a bit more modern. It's got nice cable management gaps here, and it's got these rods here, which are nice and stable for securing your cards. But I see this benchmark more as a showcase or as a permanent machine setup, and I use this as a permanent DOS setup in my corner to test my sound cards. So that's where I test my sound cards and my games. Also, I use this for another project. Tim and I, hi Tim, if you're watching this, thanks for the contribution. We started a project a while ago where we're taking games from GOG, good old games, that use DOSBox, and we test if we can get those machines running on a real DOS PC. Sometimes this is really straightforward, just by copying a folder. Sometimes you have to edit a few files. Sometimes you have to burn an ISO disk or a disk using bin and Q images with CD audio tracks. And sometimes you have to work with compressed MP3 files or OGG files, and you have to convert them first. But so far, every DOSBox game from GOG, we were able to get running on a real DOS PC. So this is just a little side project of ours. I'll put a link down below in the description where you can see the results of what we've done so far. And if you want to contribute, just put in a request for permission to edit the sheet, and you can start testing your own games, and maybe we can get more games checked out. So there you have it, guys. These are all the computer parts that made it to our channel in December of 2017. Hopefully I've put in all the card links to the items that already have a video. If not, check the description down below. And if you have any questions or comments about any of these parts, just leave them down below. I'm always eager to hear from you. And that's really it. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you soon with another one.